Okay, athlete is going to go through a linear ladder progression. We use the ladder as a way to activate the central nervous system, also raise core temperature. With kids, we're also working on things like foot speed, kinesthetic awareness, and Ryan will start us off with bunny hops down, bunny hops back. Want to think about keeping our feet right underneath our hips, keeping that core tight and braced, and swinging at all times from the shoulder. On the way back, he's going to go high knee run, 2 in each, knee up, toe up, lock those arms at 90. Again, cue swing at the shoulder. Heel comes up underneath the glute, toe to your shin. He'll make it back with his hopping, 3 forward, back 1. 1, 2, 3, back 1. Notice how his feet stay right underneath his hips. 3 to 1 hop, 1, 2, 3, back 1. From there, he'll come back with a 3 to 1 high knee fold. We'll keep the feet a little bit lower to the ground here and work on foot speed. Again, body control, feet are underneath the hips. Locked in, swinging those arms at the shoulder. Again, don't want to see kids chopping carrots or opening up at the elbow. From there, athlete is going to go to a hopscotch, right? 2 to 1 hop, as we would call it. Out with 2, in with 1. He'll alternate between that right and left leg coming in and out of the ladder. Again, feet are underneath the hips. Again, he's thinking quick on and off the ground. Great cue would be hot coals underneath the feet. Coming back, he'll go 1 foot hop. Down on his left, back on his right. He can pull his toe to his shin here. Again, making sure his heel stays off the ground and he is staying on the ball of his foot. Switch feet, back on the right. And then from there, athlete will come back with a hop for height, as we call it. He'll skip 1 rung in between, also known as a pogo hop. He'll use the rigidity of his body, use those ankles to get on and off the ground. Tell kids this is just like top speed running, producing maximal amount of force, minimal time, shortening that ground contact. We're just going to finish with our quarter eagle turn to work on hip internal rotation here while he stabilizes the opposite leg. Again, inside leg is going to stay nice and steady while the outside hip turns, the femur of the foot come with it. He'll come back, going backwards. This would be external rotation at that hip. Again, we'll try to stay braced. You'll see some turn with that upper torso. Well, again, down and back on both sides. Last one we're going to do, just to work on some foot speed here, is our icky shuffle. 2 in, 1 out. And again, this is great for kids to understand they always have a base while moving their feet. Excellent. This is our lateral warm-up in the ladder. Again, we're going to use the ladder as a way to activate the central nervous system, kind of turn the lights on, raise the core body temperature, work on foot speed, kinesthetic awareness. Ryan is going to start out with our bunny hops, going down. And then he'd come back normally on the same side. Next, we're going to go high knee run, 2 in each. Foot or the heel is going to fold up underneath that glute, knee is up, toes up. Again, we're cueing athletes to swing at the shoulder and keep that base. Coming back, we're going to go hopping, 3 forward, back 1, 1, 2, 3, back 1. And again, with our lateral series here, we'll work some other stabilizers of the foot, the ankle, up through that knee and hip. Good. Coming back, he's going to go ollie shuffle, otherwise known as scissor skip. He'll lead in with the left leg when he goes to his left. If he were to come back with his right, he'd lead with that right leg in. Again, balls of the foot, quick on and off the ground. We'll use the analogy hot coals underneath your feet, trying to get on and off the ground quickly. He's going to go into a nice hip turn with his crossover skip. We're just working on keeping the upper body braced while turning his hips. Again, this could be a great intro for multi-directional movement. He'd come back on the same side. Now he's going to go karaoke, 1 in each. Again, fast feet. He'll hit those hammies, those adductors as well. Again, working on multi-directional quickness. From there, we're going to go 1 foot hop. Athlete Ryan's going to go down on his left, and then he'll come back on his right. Usually you want to go down on both legs, down on one leg, back on the same leg, then we'll switch. Again, notice as he comes back on the other leg, how he'll keep the foot right underneath his hip. Again, great spatial awareness. We're also working on all those stabilizers of the ankle and foot. Athlete is going to go through our dynamic movement series on the turf, also known as calisthenics, where again we're warming up the core temperature as well as working on some fundamental movement patterns. We're going to start out with a straight arm skip, opposite arm, opposite leg. Again, knee up, toe up. You could term some of this, working on some speed, but more importantly, we're just warming up the body. Nice big arm swing. On the way back, he's going to go skipping, big arm circles. Good. Forward arm circles and backwards arm circles. We'll finish either one of these skipping exercises with a nice easy backwards one. We're just going to go through this twice. Backwards run. Again, normal extension of your running gait. Lift the heel, reach back, cover ground. Open up those hammies, also stretching those quads in an eccentric state. Good. From there, we'll go chest up, knee cradle for 10 yards. Hitting that glute, that piriformis. Chest stays big. We're picking up the side of the leg. Scooping into our body. And again, we can keep the down leg straight and steady. He'll switch out into a knee hug. Chest stays big, opening up that bottom hip. Again, notice how his glute stays locked in a neutral position. When he gets to that 20-yard line, we'll lock into a single leg position. Okay, this will be a single leg RDL, otherwise known as a single leg good morning. Start with a little bit of knee bend. Keep the air set and the hips neutral. He's going to push his back leg straight back. Watch as the hip moves back. He's not just rounding at the back or bending forward at those shoulders. Put a great stretch on those hamstrings, also work the glute. From there, we'll come back with up, up, out, out. Track style skip. Up, up, out, out. Hits those hip external rotators. And then we will come back, switching for 5 yards with our hurdle walk. We're going to come up and around, just lubricating the hip joint here. Again, he's going to externally rotate and come through with a little bit of internal rotation as well at the end. Good. He will come back with our crossover step series. Chest stays upright the whole time. We'll stretch that neutral position with the hips, but notice some fundamental things we're working on. Knee bend, creating some shin angle here as well. And then when we come to our squat pattern, it's really important for us to always reinforce perfect position. Shin angle, knee bend, chest stays up. You'll feel a stretch in the ankle, the glute as well, and then that perfect squat pattern. Want to make sure with our kids we don't see their arches collapse. They're always spreading the floor. They're breaking at the knee and pushing the hip back while keeping that chest up. Good. All right, athlete Ryan here is going to demonstrate our Spider-Man. We'll start with our Spider-Man pose, push-up position. One leg comes out, tries to drop that elbow to his instep, opening up that backside hip flexor. And then he'll find that neutral position again, squeeze his glute, open up that whole hip. Very important here, we don't see kids dumping their pelvis forward, not excessively arching their lower back. The last 5 yards, we're going to go Spider-Man stretch. Then we're going to keep both heels down. We're just going to push our hips as high up to the ceiling as possible. Hit that hamstring, open up the hip as well. Excellent. Good. We'll come up. We'll go straight leg walk for about 4 reps. We'll butt kick for about 3 or 4 yards. And then we'll straight leg skip, keeping the down leg straight again, open up that hamstring. Torso stays upright, butt kick to finish. Good. Usually we'll break those up into 5-yard segments. For the sake of time and space today, we just broke it up to about 2.5 yards. From there, we'll just go 2 rungs of our jog alternating hamstring stretch. Athlete is going to jog out, pull his toe to his shin. He will tuck his chin to his chest, look up, tuck his chin to his chest, look up. That's called spinal flossing. Just open up those erectors and that superficial layer of his fascia. Excellent.